Check that out. Pretty crusty, right? Excuse me. Hey guys. Start capacitor blown up. So people probably might have figured out already that the motor on the lathe took a crap, and it turns out it's like the windings. I had tested the capacitors and they passed, but one of them looked kind of weird. Bear in mind, I am no friggin' AC motor guy. I know enough to be dangerous, right? But I know how to put a capacitor in a motor. So I put it in and it blew it right up. So then I took the motor back, put it all back together, took it to a motor shop, and they're telling me that the windings got a problem, shorted or something open, I don't know. But I'm trying to talk the old guy into rewinding my motor for me. So it's like a local shop, real good guys. I mean, they've been there for a long time, but the old guy that knew how to rewind motors retired, and now they don't really want to do it anymore. It's one of those things, people do not realize the skills that are being lost across the world. People that knew how to do things themselves. Rewinding a motor. How are we going to keep stuff going in this world where, oh no, just buy a new one? You know, I can't just buy a new one. I mean, I could probably find a motor and modify it, adapt it, but I'd rather have the one that fits it, you know. So I'm going to show you how I did some testing on these things, maybe help somebody figure it out. And I got to say, a couple, you know, right after the motor failed, I went on the online to Tool Lots, and they had a motor. It's the only part they had for one of these lathes was a motor. So I kind of thought, oh, that sounds like they got a problem with them to be stocking motors. So I ordered one. It was a couple $100, $250, something like that. So I ordered a new one and I sent the other one to the motor shops, figuring I'd have 2 motors at some point. Might last the rest of my life. Well, a couple weeks later, Tool Lots sent me an email and said, gosh, we're sorry. We thought we had a motor, but we don't. By the way, it's like the 3rd message I've ever received from Tool Lots in 5 months that they've actually contacted me. And they refunded the money, but I still have a motor. And I have been sending emails and sitting on, you can sit on the phone for hours, trust me. Or you can give me your phone number for a callback. There's one callback I left a month ago and they haven't called me. So they do not communicate well with the customers. I don't know. I got to go check though, because I went to their site last night to look to see if anything changed. And all of a sudden the site's kind of redesigned, and this lathe now has an extensive parts list of replacement parts. Every one of them is listed as out of stock or not in stock at this time, but they're all new. It's a new listing. Like, it looks to me like they're still in the process of creating an inventory system and an ordering system for the parts for this lathe. So maybe the company's going through a shakeup or something right now. I don't know. I've been kind of critical of them. I am not going to apologize. If you're going to sell large machinery and have a slogan that says quality tools fast, you should have somebody in the building somewhere that answers the phone, somebody that will reply to an email, someone who will say, gosh, I don't know, but I'll figure that out and get back to you, and then do that, get back to you. But I have good hopes. I mean, if you look at their site, they have a lot of equipment and a lot of good deals. So if they can actually do the support and the after-sales support that's going to make it a successful venture in this country, it's going to be iffy. But the last thing I'm going to say about it is having some guy at an equipment company that sells equipment and is supposed to be able to warranty it suggests to you that, why are you bugging us? Aren't you a machinist? Can't you make your parts? It's total BS. So anyway, have fun with this. Well, I think it's going to be a short video of me attempting to test a couple of capacitors without electrocuting myself, right? Cool. Thanks for watching. Okay, boys and girls. So, 250 volt AC, 400, I always want to say microfarad, but it's UF, farads. Now, this thing reads 458 on a tester, but the other test is to see if it'll pull a charge. For that, I had to break out my old analog meter, my Simpson meter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook one lead. Now I'm set on 10,000 ohms, but really all it's using is the battery and the ohm meter to see if it can charge up the capacitor. So watch what happens when I hook it up. Almost to zero resistance. And now it's slowly, it never will make it all the way to the other end, right? It will eventually put a bit of a charge. Now here's the other cap. It's a 60. Same exact test. It reads 64 or something microfarads. Now watch the meter on this one. See how that is? Now it's dropping. That's what gets me. There's no charge in it. See, now it's acting normal. Like there's something with that one capacitor. Dropping, 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 dropping. So it gets down close to the end. Unhook it. Yeah, it had a charge. It's persistently the same way. See, now that it's got a charge, it goes lower every time. See, it's still dropping. So I go back, I add a little spark. So that's what I'm up against. So then go back to this 250 or this 400. Let's try this again. Just takes forever.
So, at the end of the day, my mistake was
Yep. I mean, it never
thinking
does
that
go
it
down
was
all the way.
a capacitor when it wasn't. Now, it's possible that it was like running at the very boundary of the load capacity of the service. I don't know. But it is a 50 amp service, so I kind of doubt that. But in any case, you know, it's out being fixed, and this is one of those things, you know. Hopefully you can learn something from my little video. Thanks for watching.